Hello, hello. Welcome to the daily 1 hour political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and I'm here with my little generator of positive energy, Boo Boo's and Kitty, Bailey Boo, precious one. So, anyway, glad you're here today with me. Let me move this. This is probably not something you want to stare at. I'll just put this over here. Okay, that should be all right. All right, I hope your day is going well. If you have any questions, I usually spend the first 10 or 15 minutes where I take your questions. Just put them in the chat in all caps. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. If it's in all caps, then I'll know that you're talking to me. So, also thank you so much to our moderators. You make this possible, and I will be forever grateful. And do follow me on, if you're a moderator, do follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back, and we can, it would be an easy way for us to talk if you ever need to, or if there's something I can do for you. So, hello. All right, the cuteness, I'm being overcome by the cuteness here. There's some serious cuteness coming off the kitty right now. It was a little bad. But anyway. All right, and 10% of all income that comes into the channel from any source goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's a good charity if anyone is looking for a charity. That is a good one. All right, so let me, if I don't get your reading, or I don't read on your thing, it is never anything personal, I promise. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not, nothing like that. I would hate to think I had hurt your feelings. All right. Also, I thank you to Susan. I asked for some help today picking out a color, and she likes this. She likes an aqua blue green, so we're doing aqua blue green today. Thank you for that. All right. Greg wanted green with yellow polka dots, but I don't have any polka dots. He says that he's very sad, but he'll get over it. He's a trooper. Okay, so actually the first question is from Greg. So how will the swamp lizard base, I love you guys, how will the swamp lizard base react to Saturday's rally and future rallies? All right, let me go down here, and I will add that in. Okay, next. I have fingers like cucumber. I don't quite understand. Sorry. Okay, I'm just scrolling for anything in all caps. Kat is saying, hello, Autumn and Boo Boos and Kitty. And the beautiful, I love the purple of those hearts, and of course the black and orange hearts, which are my favorite. And then the two kitty emojis, and then a chocolate bar. And then Renia has kitty paws. Elizabeth has a rose that doesn't look very happy. Anyway. Okay, so it knocked me down to the end. Was that all I have so far? Hang on. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss your question. Wondering eyes, pretty nails, thank you. Renier, will Trump's ego recover from the rally? Huh. Good question. Precious one, you are the good kid. Will the kids do it again? Hi. Hello. Am I making too much noise? I'm afraid I'm going to have to make noise. I'm actually going to take my hand back. Precious. Okay. Will the kids do it again? I read on that yesterday, Frida Smith. And what I got was yes. Will Pascal fall in the same trap again? They're going to try some things, but they're going to try different things, but it's going to take them time to sort it out. So for a while, certainly isn't there a rally tomorrow? And yeah, that might not go terribly well either. All right, hit the like button. Thank you for suggesting that. Kay Nelson, thank you. All right, Linda's asking, Karl Rove has joined the Trump re-election team. Will he make a difference? Well, I'll look read on Karl. Yay. Ugh. His one of his minions, lowlifes, whatever you want to call them, is the man who just took over at Voice of America and just fired everybody who could basically stop him from turning it into Trump propaganda. Who was Hitler's propaganda minister? Goebbels? I can never remember. I don't know. Those jerks, I get them, they're interchangeable to me. They're just all bad. They're the worst of the worst. There's the slime at the bottom of the barrel, and then under the slime, and then whatever's like so gross it's like seeped into the wood. Those are those guys. What's just underneath the slime, that's the Trump administration. So, yeah. Okay. I'll read on Karl Rove. I just heard a gurgle. Gurgle. What's the gurgle? You all right, Desrat? Okay, Bluebell. Bluebell, are you from New Zealand? I think you may have mentioned it before. But NZ, New Zealand. I had a good friend of mine was from New Zealand, and it's amazing, just the pictures she would show, and she had a calendar, and with pictures on it of beautiful scenes in New Zealand, and the grass, all the grass and the greenery had a slight bluish tinge compared to what I'm used to, and she was telling me about the endangered little small penguins that will like invade people's basements near the beach, and you have to like move out because you can't mess with them, but they're really loud, and so you don't want to be around. So she was telling me all these great stories. So anyway, okay, with Trump being a germaphobe and cowardly, has he had some kind of vaccination for him to confidently go amongst the potentially diseased? Now let's have a look. Amongst, I love that word. It's a great word. Boo-Boos and Kitty look so content. He does, doesn't he? Recently he's been getting up and leaving when I start, so this is nice. And I just heard Pumpkin eating. Oh, drinking some water. Good kitties. Okay, has Trump had the illness? So does he have immunity for a while? Wondering Eyes is asking. Okay. No, don't delete that. Okay, Renier, Biden is ahead in double digits in the polls. Will he steal the evangelical votes from Trump? Hey, let's read on the evangelicals. I'm sure they wouldn't mind a tarot reader reading on them. Sure. No problem at all. I believe I'm doing what they would consider the work of the devil, but oh well. Oh God, so that's Karl Rove? Yep, Goebbels. Oh. Gerbil. Yeah. Generally just call him Gerbil. He was just a little rodent. Okay, what about Lindsay taking sides with the Dems? Yeah, I read on him the other day, but or did I not read it? I may have just copied down the question a couple of times. Let's definitely read on Lindsay, because he does tend to latch onto how he has gotten where he is because he latches onto the biggest alpha around. And so he just, if he thinks that Trump is failing, yep. It surprised me. I never thought that about him, really. I know other people probably did, but I didn't think that about him until I started doing readings on him, and it was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Fair enough. Salome saying Goebbels looks a bit like Miller. Yes, indeed. Melissa has a description of, Gurgle is ship sinking. Exactly. Yep. Melissa has a description of Karl Rove that I cannot disagree with. I won't repeat it, but I can't disagree with it. Harry's mom, hello. How is Italy treating you? Will the Senate take up the new appointment for the SDNY, or is Lindsay telling the truth? Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay. Do. Loud penguins in the White House basement. That would be funny. Gerbils. Yep. Oh, it jumped. Okay, did I miss something? It doesn't look like it. Okay, I've got plenty to read on here, so I'll just start on the list and put this here. And it helps if I could spell time, you know, because it's such a long and complicated word. Oh, grief. That's odd. Oh, YouTube. Never change. Okay. So the first thing we're reading on is how Greg's question, how will the swamp lizard base react to Saturday's rally and future rallies? Okay. All right, I think we're, let me see. I think we're going to go with the Aquarian Tarot today, and being drawn to this one. So, yep, that's what we're doing today. Okay. We are at, let me check the timestamp, 12, it's almost 13. Perfect. I like when we get started at 13 minutes. That's good. It means I haven't talked too much. Okay. How will the base react to Saturday's rally and future rallies? Are they going to get all mad at the... I know you guys probably don't care the names of the K-pop fandoms, but I put them in the underneath the timestamping yesterday just to share, just so if you see different references to things, it's like, hey, they're allies, so we can at least learn some, very basic stuff. So I can just see Trump. Renier is saying I can just see Trump blowing a gasket when he saw the low turnout. Oh, I believe it. Salome is saying you were so thorough in Virgo, Autumn. I hear you. And the thing is, it's just that 6th house sun I have. So I've got that background Virgo energy to my core being, plus I have Saturn on my Gemini ascendant, so I'm basically I have a Sagittarius stellium, a big grouping of planets, which means I collect energy and I collect information. I sort through information like nobody's business. And then I've got a Saturn on my Gemini ascendant, so I present myself. I present all that information in a very organized fashion. My best friend Sarah, she's always joking that I always put information in tables. Oh, these things are happening. Oh, you're going to put it in a table? Yes, I am. And then I've got my sun in the 6th house. It's a Scorpio sun, so it's intense. But you got that Virgo craftsmanship, which is really what I want in life. I don't actually want to be rich or famous or anything like that. I just want to be the best craftsperson I can be. So, anyway, Now I'm talking too much. Okay. I still like Grumpy Cat better. Are you saying you like Grumpy Cat more than Boo Boo? Ball. All right, now we're like closer to like 15:30. Okay. Because I was shuffling and talking. I needed to shuffle. How will the base react to Saturday's rally and future rallies? Let's see. Oh, there's a headline somewhere. Okay, let me close my eyes here for a second. Reach out for this energy. Trump's base. Well, the base itself are in the middle of religious fervor, and they're just, there's nothing he can do that will make them turn away from him. So we know that. So, but what I'm asking is, how are they responding to that Saturday rally, and how are they going to respond in the future? To Trump rallies. I wonder if some of them just aren't going to pay attention. Like, a lot of them are older and they stay home a lot in general because of the illness that's going around, and so they're just going to watch Fox News when they look at the news, and other than that, Cat Shepherd, I love that. Trump is saying, and I would have gotten away with it too, except for those meddling kids. Oh, Mims is saying, no, Autumn, I like Grumpy Cat better than Dumpy. I see. I have to protect Boo Boo. Like he's gonna know what we're talking about. Hopefully he just knows that he's loved. All right, 4 of Wands. Yeah, to them it's a party, it's vacation. It's this is my cruise ship card, back when cruise ships were not a scary giant petri dish kind of associated with the worst ideas ever. 2 of Swords, decisions. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Fool thing. It's communication. It's a way for him to communicate. 4 of Pentacles. They're not going to be as, I think even once they find a way to counteract the TikTok and K-pop fans, I still get such a kick out of that. This is money being tighter than it was, which is still, he already has a huge war chest, but this feels like maybe not as much merchandise being sold, and so they're still making their decisions. They're still saying, well, he's a businessman and I have so much to learn from him, and they're just oblivious to the 6 bankruptcies, and they'll probably tell you, oh, well, high finance is complicated, and you do that to restructure, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you have to think about it. His audience tends to be older, and they were kind of in their prime in like the 70s and 80s, especially the 80s, where it was greed is good, and it was Mims. Autumn, you should know by now, I adore Bailey Boo. Aw, Boo Boo Bailey. Thank you, Mims. But this 80s restructure, fire people, send stuff overseas, bottom line is everything, greed is good. That's still kind of their anchor. So the center is communication. So that's the rallies being used to communicate, and there's Trump, out there doing that, but he's not going to be making quite as much money. There aren't going to be quite as many people. It's not going to be everything he hopes for and wants it to be. So I guess the question then would be, is Trump going to keep having these rallies? Just who declares bankruptcy on a casino? I hear ya. We are cat people. We love BBZK. BBZK, says Jean. Thank you. Yeah. But is he going to keep having these rallies if they're not giving him what he wants? And then where is he going to get that black hole of need for attention filled? And people, you know, I go up there, I say horrible, racist, vile things, and they let you do it because you're a star. Where he goes, yes, let me make a racist comment. I'm not going to repeat any of his because they're vile. And then the crowd goes, yay, clap, 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 clap. Oof. If anything, Dumpy can smell failure coming on, says Melissa. I think so. But let's see, is Trump going to keep having these rallies? Hey, Trump, how's it going? You know the temper tantrum thing he normally does because he's a kid? Let me put it to you this way. I think you'll like this. You know the thing about siblings? If you have enough siblings, then you know that there's this thing about siblings in particular. They are immune to your charms. Immune. They have known you since the beginning, and yeah. And so siblings can insult each other in ways that are just brutal and sometimes kind of funny. I know a man who when he was growing up, he was close in age to an older brother who he used to call the Incredible Sulk. And Trump's being the Incredible Sulk. The kid just sitting there kind of digging his toe in the dirt. I didn't get my way. So, are you going to keep, so Incredible Sulk, are you going to keep, are you going to keep having the rallies? It does brighten my day when you actually laugh at my jokes and you're not just like, oh, groan. Seven of Swords. Well, that's a thief card. Interesting. Wonder what that's about. Is Trump going to keep having the rallies? Oh. Ooh, something might interrupt the rallies. Oh, do tell me. Do tell me that's what's happening. Eight of Pentacles. Certainly getting ready for things. Knight of Wands. People now protecting him. He's trying to gear that enthusiastic, raw energy back up in his own people and in rallies and in, he wants everybody to go back into cheerleading mode. Incredible Sulk. Yeah. Knight of Swords is in the middle. That's an investigator. Moon. Okay, so is the moon at the rallies or is the moon Trump being upset because he's being investigated? Queen of Pentacles. It's still groups of Republicans rallying around him. I don't know why I've started getting queens as groups of people, like groups of Republicans, because I get Pentacles for Republicans. Cups for Democrats, Pentacles for Republicans. Let me see if I can get some more information here. So is Trump going to keep doing the rallies? I don't know what it is. I start talking and he starts cleaning himself. Maybe he's just trying to get the nasty energy off of him. Maybe reading on Trump's making his skin crawl. Poor little thing. I saw a really interesting, as I'm shuffling here, because I am shuffling, random, completely random, because someone just mentioned the Titanic. Oh, no. There's a thing every year that they do a real-time reenactments online. Not real-time, not obviously, it's animated. but an animation of the Titanic sinking, from when it first hit the iceberg to what happened, and you can sit there for the full like 2 hours or however long it is. You can see it explains exactly what went where, and it's fascinating and sad. And they have a historian talking about things, and then they discuss who was where, what was going on here. They've been adding to the animation every year. It's really amazing and you learn a lot. So, and one of the things is about and I bring this up because you mentioned the Titanic, and I thought this was really interesting. So this is your trivia for the day. When they let of course there weren't enough lifeboats, but when they lowered the lifeboats and they say, well, the lifeboats weren't even full. Actually, some of that was on purpose. The early ones being because they were trying to get them lowered down, and then they opened a big hatch on the side of the ship. They were going to try to get people out through that because it was so far down to the water and it was so dangerous that they actually just filled it up partially and then let it down, and they were going to pick up more people and then go all the way to the water. Problem is, the water, by that point, the water was coming in so fast, it flooded where the door was open. There you go. So I guess the Trump people need to worry about all kinds of things when the rats start leaving the ship, because all kinds of stuff can happen. I don't know that you guys even wanted to know that, but there you go. Okay, all right. Trump and the rallies. More information. Hierophants. All right, government getting in the way somehow. Interesting. Oh, really? Sweetie. Okay, 3 of Wands, Justice, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 8 of Cups. All right, so what goes around comes around. I'm trying to find out if Trump's going to keep having the rallies, and what I'm getting is the what goes around comes around card, and stuff coming from overseas and information and things like that. And then I've got a big old Justice card. And then I have the 10 of Pentacles, the Trump Dynasty card at the center, with a Page of Swords and an 8 of Cups. And remember, I've been getting the sword cards for any kind of investigators. And 8 of Cups has always been my card for witnesses coming forward. Witnesses coming in, leaving evidence and going out, and the next witness coming in, leaving evidence and going out. I think it's going to be Rallies Interruptus. Oh. Let's see here. Cut the deck. Hierophant, Death card. He needs a privacy curtain. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, yikes. All right, let me see if I can turn this light on. It's too hard to see. I don't think you guys can see the cards well enough. There we go. Hierophant and the Death card. So, Trumpy won't be pleased. Yes, I agree. So, Sochi blind for BBZK. Don't be sorry. He's a good kitty with a clean kitty butt. I love you guys. I love you guys. All right. Kitty baths. I love how you say that. All right. Seriously. Rallies Narcissus Interruptus. I'm just making words up now at this point. Rallies interruptus. Knight of Cups. Oh, that's very active Democrats. Okay. Empress, Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, Hermit. This you don't want to see a Four of Swords and a Hermit when it comes to when you're asking about, gee, how are my rallies going to go? Seven of Cups, and he's going to lie about why he's not. Oh, he's going to stop for some reason. America, huge upsurge in Democratic energy. Causes right at the center, Four of Swords, which is the quiet as a tomb card. Hermit. So if that wasn't quiet enough for you, you got a Hermit card, and then you've got Trump lying about why. We might not have to put up with constant rallies. There might come a point between here and the election where we're not going to have to put up with those constant rallies. What, okay, so is it just he's under investigation, or is it that the TikTok K-pop crowd is creating too much interruption? Is it other people finding other ways to make it difficult? Is it protesters? Sorry, I'm getting booze and kitty Pilates. I like that. What's gonna cause this? I mean, I know I saw some of this stuff. I'm sorry I'm getting sidetracked on this topic, but this is interesting stuff. Barr is still now actively seeking to stop our mail-in ballots, so danger still lurks. Santawa is saying. Interesting. All right. What's gonna? I am getting K-pop energy. I am. That's my signal now for the groups of young people who are messing with the system and social media to drown out Trump. They have tasted their own power. Has anyone asked, will the teens get into trouble for their genius efforts? There's a good question. Okay, copy. Let's add that in here. Where are we? 33 even. Okay, so we'll ask, will they get in trouble for their efforts? And are the young people going to stop? They have felt their own power, and it's I'll tell you, it's a breath of fresh air. It really is. This stuff I normally read on is just so awful, and Trump and his ilk, and this energy is, oh my gosh, we have power. We have the ability. This is empowering people who are normally just dismissed as unimportant. And just young people in general. Four of Wands, vacation. Feels like they want Trump to take a vacation. Two of Wands, that's, okay, I'm starting out with the card of communication. Six of Wands, victory. Five of Pentacles, because they're still hurting out in the country. I mean, they're people still can't get jobs. Young people can't get jobs, certainly. Six of Cups, and the Hanged Man. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep going. I don't know about them getting into any trouble. They're just going to keep going, and they are just, they've got it. They have tasted some victory from their communication skills, and they're suffering, and they're sick of it. And this Six of Cups is normally nostalgia and Trump's lies. But in this context, this feels very much like These are young people who know the system, know how to make it work, know how to make it flower, know you're in their wheelhouse now, flunky. And it leaves Trump stuck. It takes away but is that what stops that isn't the only thing that stops the rallies. That feels pretty clear. So what stops the rallies? This is great. This is great. Young people have been they have not been voting, and they haven't felt like there was any point, and their voices were never listened to, and now they're feeling that, yes, my vote matters. That makes me so happy, I can't even tell you. Anyone who has not felt like their vote mattered, who now does, I am a happy woman. People who have felt disenfranchised, people who have felt weak, have felt ignored. Nine of Swords, it's going to cause a lot of headaches for Pascal and what have you. Death card, Justice card. I think we can say that, because I'm asking what is going to stop the rallies. I got a Death card and a Justice card here. That's like my guide's beating me about the head with tarot cards. Whap, 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 whap. Trump. Things catching up with him. Justice. Center of the reading, King of Pentacles, his corrupt business practices. Seven of Cups, all the lies he has told, including lying to Mueller. Remember, they have it in writing. And Trump's answers to questions. And I believe they have them, that in those written answers, he lied to Mueller. Nine of Wands. This is the Republicans who are trying to protect him. But there's some gaps that there weren't before. It's still pretty effective, but there's some gaps that weren't before. There's some key people dropping out of support, or at least dropping out of active support, which is what matters. I think it starts, we've had bad stuff come out about Trump, but it could never break through. But this is much more powerful, and it's on top of, it's kind of like when you have water, they talk about storm surge. The problem isn't just so much the water coming in, it's that there's a certain amount of water and then you get more water on top of it that makes it higher and more damaging, and so that's what it feels like, that we've already had all this stuff against Trump, but then comes the huge surge above it that is more overwhelming. But some key people have dropped out of active Trump support. So, all right, just shuffle here for a second, and then I will Susan is saying, young people are not just victims, they are the new power in this nation. Believe it. I believe it. Okay, so I asked what will stop. Will stop the rallies. Okay. Will Trump's ego and then Karl Rove. Okay, where are we? We are almost at 40. Is that right? I think so. It's hard to see. It's very small. All right, Trump's ego. This is always fun. Yay. Oh, man. All right, let me shuffle here. Trump. Okay, I just cut the deck. I got the world in the tower. I'm asking about Trump and his ego. You can go back and watch my videos. I've not always been getting these major end of massive chapters in life cards. Trump looks so defeated. I've never seen him look so dejected ever. Incredible sulk. Looks legit to me. All right. Massive ego. All right. He might try to take everyone down with him. All right. Well, let's check on Trump's ego. Wait, where's my fire extinguisher? Because the cards may just burst into flames. And certainly when I read on the Evangelicals, definitely going to burst into flames. But I have lots of water here. Trump is going down. New nickname, Incredible Sulk. All right, Trump's ego. Oh, Cappy's mom saying how the Lincoln Project dropped a new video, disheveled. Awesome. All right, Trumpy. Okay, yep. Face first and gunk. Ugh. Yuck. Trump's ego. I'm literally getting a mental image of a blimp. Okay, Trump's ego. It has very little structure. It has no actual strength. It's just infinite air. And in your face. Page of Wands, communication. Well, his North Node is in Gemini. In this life, his communications, that's what, that's his work order. Go work on communications for status in a way that helps you and helps others. Oh, forgot that last part, did you? Magician, Eight of Pentacles, only I can fix it. Ace of Swords. Oh, the truth hurt on Saturday. 10 of Wands. People scrambling. This is a card of burden. This is people around him scrambling to set more things up, to appease the king, the emperor, the spoiled one. Oh, Saturday hurt. Okay, so is he going to, is that going to continue? Where his ego is hurt and just like how is he going to react badly? I know it's a silly question, but is Trump going to react badly to ongoing attacks to his blown glass, tiny blown glass ego in the middle of a gargantuan blimp of hot air? Or not even hot air, just air. Okay. So is Trump going to start lashing out? Well, it's definitely not as much fun as it used to be president. People aren't kowtowing to him the way they were. They're not. He even senses a subtle shift in just the people around him. People talking about bad poll numbers more and people talking about negative things. But other than a very core group, Ivanka, Kushner, Pence, other than them, there's a little background sense of, he has zero empathy. He's literally incapable of empathy. But he's very good at reading a room because he wants that energy. He wants that validation. And it's a little bit weaker, even now. I got 2 cards here for the reading. I got Judgment and Strength. And that's not him being judged as strong. That is judgment about his strength, or lack thereof. Major Arcana. This is big. This is big, folks. King of Wands, that's Trump himself. 8 of Cups. Justice, right in the middle. Hierophant, Government. Chariot. It's going to get ugly, because that's him as a man, and here is witnesses coming and leaving evidence about the man. And then boom, justice, government, and big movement. Here, court cases, court cases, committee hearings, everything moving forward. Witnesses. And these are going to come down on his selfish ego, like, whew. I mean, seriously, folks. I have 5 major I have 5 out of 7 cards. I have 5 major arcana out of 7. And these are not the super nice ones either. This is big. And it's coming for Trump's head. Okay, 47. Where am I? Oh, Karl Rove. Yes. Karl Rove. Yay. Karl Rove. Karl Rove. Oh, look, a sun card. All right, Karl Rove. His energies, it's icky. It's icky like Trump, but it's also more jagged. He is smarter than Trump, and he's also well, they're both pretty vicious, but Trump has the viciousness of a bully. Rove has the viciousness of someone who politically knows how to wield a knife, if that makes any sense. I've gotten 10 of Swords and a Tower in the past. Donald will be humbled if he doesn't truly become insane, says Miter Sangita. Thank you. All right, so Karl Rove. Melissa's saying Karl Rove is actually smart. He's just twisted. Yes. So, Karl, how's it going? He has the only thing I can think of, Shallon Lester has a channel on YouTube, and she's problematic. But she has this thing she talks about, which I don't have a better way of describing it, where she talks about people being either cold-blooded or warm-blooded, not in the sense of are they nice or mean, but in the sense of can they regulate their own temperature, or do they need constant outside validation? Constant. Are they people who are just, doing their thing? I mean, I would like to think I'm a warm-blooded animal in the sense that, yes, I hope people realize that I'm kind, but also my goal is to be a craftsperson, to be the best craftsperson I can be. I don't post selfies, and I post work on my social media, and I talk about politics, but I don't need a lot of people telling me, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're whatever. I'm just here. But my goal is different. But someone like Trump, he's about as cold-blooded as you can get, and he needs that constant heat lamp. He needs it on high. He needs it close to the point where it's just turning his skin really crazy shades of orange. He needs that validation. Karl Rove doesn't. I'm sitting here feeling, he doesn't feel like a lot of the others. It's like, he's his own, he's his own weasel. In the way someone can be their own man, he's his own weasel. And he wants to help, but it isn't like, oh good, like Bar was, I'm relevant again. No, Rove doesn't have that energy. He's like, I think I can sort this out and sort that out, and then I'm done. He has no intention of going down with the ship. 7 of Wands on the defensive, being defensive. Yeah, he sees Trump as being defensive. The situation, the campaign. 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess. If there's somebody there who has the political intelligence to recognize where Trump is on the Wheel of Fortune, whether he's on the rise or at the pinnacle or he's about to fall and just go completely tumbling down, Karl Rove is one of those people. Strangely enough, Chris Christie is too. Chris Christie, I have such problems with him, but he knows how to read the politics, the political game, the up, the down, But Karl Rove, he knows it. And he has seen what they've done so far and thinks it's, Pascal's stealing from you, and, nobody's helping you and everybody's hindering you, and this is how you run a campaign. And Karl Rove thinks, Melissa's saying Karl Rove thinks he's smarter than most, and he's just morally bankrupt. Yes, he is. Yep. He knows what's going on, and he thinks what's been done before is just garbage. He is going to try to use some higher wisdom, higher in the sense of more in depth, not morally higher, morally not higher, but that the High Priestess is often the card of the occult, not as in necessarily the original meaning of the word occult is hidden. It's just hidden information, hidden knowledge. And this is him actively working for Republicans, being the Knight, actively using his knowledge to help. Okay, well, is it going to work? Is it going to help Trump? Is he going to stick around? Yeah, it's like visiting the White House or what have you. It's nice, but he's his own weasel. Very secure in his weaselness. Okay. So, is it going to work? Karl? I am so nothing to him. I reach out my energy towards people, and I'm used to different reactions. And I try to respect when people are like, don't read on me. Okay. But for him, it's it's not even a go away or a, it's just looking right over me. I am nothing. Oh, goodness. Francis, thank you. Win-win. Winter electric blankets and drapes washed on the line, soon ready for the cedar chest. Only missed a few minutes of autumn and boo-boo. K-pop also saved some people who would have gotten sick. Good for them. Thank you, Francis. I appreciate that. You said win, and winter, and I know what you're talking about. It's a win-win, but there's actually a person in K-pop. He was in NCT, and now he's in Wavy, and his stage name is Win-Win. So it was like, win-win. You're a win-win fan, really? Does some amazing acrobatic dancing, but okay. Hierophant, government, back on Karl Rove. Sorry, that just... Back in the 80s, I knew all the British pop, and now I know a lot of this other stuff, but not all. Okay. Page of Swords, Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Oh, this is groups of investigators circling. And Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Democrats are sitting pretty. Biden's numbers are good, and Trump's having trouble denting them. This is about Karl Rove. He can see investigations circling. He's trying to help, but there's only so much he can do, and then things kind of change. The investigations, but it's not going to work because the last cards are Knight of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. This is active Democrats making sure that Biden is sitting pretty. So I'm not getting devil. I'm not getting the devil card. I'm not getting, he's going to do something that's so vile and awful. It's like, no, just the usual, normal, awful, vile stuff they do. Standing and why, suppressing the vote. Bismo's asking, are we going to see more of the TikTok shenanigans? Yep. Yes, we are. And they're going to find other ways, too. They're going to get very creative. Rove complaining that the chips are stale. Okay. All right. Let me go down here. What else have I got here? Oh, sorry. Okay. Has Trump had some kind of vaccination? I've never, or has he had the illness? I think this is, we can look at this together. And then we'll do Biden. Oh, Evangelical. We'll do Evangelicals, Lindsay, and we'll take up a new appointment for SDNY. Okay, where are we? 58, I think it is. 58. Thank you for being here. Okay, 58. Well, Trump being a germaphobe and cowardly. Okay, has he had a vaccination? Has he had the illness or has he had a vaccination? Okay, has he had the illness? Has he had a vaccination? Okay, I'll do this way. Two piles of cards. Oh, guys, you're talking about food. I haven't had lunch yet. I wait for lunch until after this. Stomach's growling. Not like Johnny. I can't sit here and talk about food for a while. It's like, oh. Okay. Trump. Has he had the illness? Has he had a vaccination of some nature? He really freaked out when those people close to him tested positive. And the advance team that went to Tulsa, 6 of them tested positive, he wasn't, I don't get the feeling he's just freaked out about that, so maybe he wasn't around them as much. All right, but Trump and the illness. Oh, thank you, Jean. Hierophant. He's made such a mess of this whole thing. That's what that is. The government has not stepped up. The government has not helped. Okay, has he had the illness? King of Pentacles, Fool. Trump the corrupt, Trump the fool. Lovers. King of Swords, and the Devil. He's been protected. He's been protected from, this is Trump. dominant energy, corrupt businessman and fool. That's his narcissism. That's his, yeah. I won't go more into that. But he's had people who've been protecting him, wiping down everything possible. And after the last scare, double, triple checking things. I mean, he's keeping him safe from this. That's what I'm getting. Has he had any kind of vaccination? Hey, 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 it's okay. You're okay. You're okay, good boy. You're all right. You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. Sorry. Has he had any kind of vaccination? Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Four of Swords. That would be even though those are big, sharp implements, that would be a big old no. This is quiet as a tomb. Nothing happening. Two of Wands. Communication. And the word I'm getting for this is miscommunications. But it's a hoax, Kathy says. Yep. Emperor. Yeah, communicating that he's the emperor, that he's what's so important, but the center of this is just quiet as a tomb. There aren't any actual vaccinations to be had. But they're working on it. This Queen of Swords, it's a grouping of administrative, for medical people I get cups, but for like administrative level, like your Fauci's and your whatever that woman's name is. I don't like her, so I keep forgetting her name. Bix, Bricks, whatever. Throwing money at it, administrative and companies, medical companies, they're working on a vaccine, but one doesn't exist yet. So Trump's just being a buffoon and messing things up. Okay, fair enough. And kind of. So that's what's going on there. Okay. 60. I think that's 62 and a half. Good kitty. I'll do 63. I need to shuffle these cards. Will Biden steal the evangelical vote from Trump? Will Biden... Okay, let me shuffle here. Talk amongst yourselves. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Priesteris, hello. Autumn, I'm late, but did you look at Kentucky polling places cut for tomorrow's primary? Oh no, I haven't looked at that. Who's surprised? They're going to use every trick in the book. But ultimately, it's not going to work. But there's going to be, seriously, it's going to be so frustrating between here and there. So frustrating. Let's see. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen July 7th. Supposedly something nasty, Kat is saying. Kat, why do you say that? What is July 7th? Okay, evangelicals. Oh yeah, they love they love a tarot reading on them. Oh yeah. This is the work of the devil. I did say smoke 'em if you got 'em. Just and I'll end today by saying bye bonds. Okay. Yeah, evangelicals. What are you doing here? I've had questions. Are you going to vote for Biden? Ugh, spawn of Satan. No, not really. I'm actually, I'm a fairly nice person, actually. It takes a lot to get me mad. And just wondering if you're going to vote for Biden. All right, I will ask their higher selves. Hey, are they going to vote for Biden more? Oh, I've got some long-suffering guides up there on that level. They're, again, standing with their arms crossed like, ugh. Yeah, Sorry about that. Just kind of, this is how they are. Okay. But are they leaning toward voting for Biden? Biting for Voden? Really? Verboten, like German for it's forbidden. Yeah. All right. Evangelicals. Hi, I'm back. I'm still here. Yeah. Hierophants. This is the church. This is the original. The Pope is the original version of this card. Not as in the Catholics, because they don't. The Evangelicals, they don't believe in Catholicism. The Pope. Poof. Huh. They're Protestants. But this was the three crosses. This is Russian Orthodoxy, the Pope. It's originally what this was supposed to be, but you've also got the keys here from, so yeah, we'll just go with the Pope. Trump is going to Arizona per MSNBC just now. Oh, Trump needs a come to Krampus moment. I like that. Biden is too nice. Evangelicals prefer the cruel and mean. Point out the lie. Seriously, point out the lie there. Point out where that's wrong, because I don't see it. I don't see that you're wrong. Evangelicals, 8 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 9 of Wands, Lovers, Temperance. They've been praying on it a lot. And while, I don't know if you guys saw, there was a video on Twitter of a family band kind of thing outside of the Trump rally, singing about Trump 2020, and it was just, and then someone had the idea, and they were saying, name this band. It was very funny. And then the names they came up with were like the Privileged Family and Thrashing Trumpkins or something, or trying to think my way through. It was very funny. Have a look for that, because it was very good. There was a reason I was telling you that. Oh, one of them was, it was one of my favorites was Home School of Rock. And that Home School of Rock, that's really key, because a lot of this is keeping people from really fully experiencing the outside world, so they can't understand. So they get stuck in their ways, and they want to say that they are, warriors for peace, not quite understanding the whole warrior part is really not what Jesus was into. Really not. Turn the other cheek doesn't mean mooning somebody. They don't quite get that. 9 of Wands, they're eternal victims. The culture is stopping us. We can't say Merry Christmas anymore. It's like, really? Because sure you can. I worked in retail. I worked in multiple places. I've worked in airports. I've worked in all kinds of different places, and never once was I told I couldn't say Merry Christmas. It wasn't implied. I wasn't told. Yeah, but they're always the victims. But they're having their doubts. I'm not saying they're going to jump on the Biden train, but there's temperance there. It's cooling off. The ardor is cooling off. So does that mean they're? Let me pull just three cards. Does that mean they're? Does that mean that they're going to, more of them are going to vote for Biden? Knight of Pentacles. It's an us versus them. They have an us versus them mentality to begin with. And then if they think of someone as being on their side, getting the things that they want, then it's their natural state. They've chosen that. Justice. Six of Wands, victory. Ace of Wands. I think when the stuff comes out about Trump and it's bad enough, there may be a turn. There may be a turn, but it's going to, we have to wait. We may get some of them. We may get some of their vote, but we're going to have to wait until the worst really comes out about Trump. And the Justice, basically Lady Justice goes and sits on Trump's head. Nice cushioned hair pillow to sit on. Oh, okay, so, and Lindsay, we're at 71 and a half basically. 71-30, Lindsay. You siding with Dems against Trump? Did Trump make you mad? Lindsay's another one. His antenna for who's really the alpha, who's really got the power. That's cooked into his survival mechanisms. He is. He can pick up subtleties that I know I would miss 100 times over. Oh yes, the likes really do help, especially since I have 2 downvotes. Why? Tell me what I'm doing wrong that's bothering you. I'm not saying I can change it, but really? Lindsay. Page of Cups. Yeah, I'm not here to read on that part of Lindsay's life. I'm asking about, is Lindsay going to... Oh, there's some interesting... There's a weird energy. There's a shift in energy around him. I have no idea what that means. But I'm getting this weird feeling up around my third eye and crown chakra. Trying to read on Lindsay. It's like a shift. The energy, it goes like this. Gee, nothing autumn. Since he rebelling, I don't know. Come to Jesus, Lindsay. Lindsay. Yep, I'll admit it. Politically, Lindsay has skills, like chef's kiss, kind of skills. He doesn't use them for good, but boy, has he got political skills. I would not try to go up against him politically. I would not be the person to do that. I do not have remotely, he's got some grade A skills. Now, he's made huge mistakes. I'm just saying that I can feel that, I don't know, maybe it's just that sixth house son I have that just appreciates craftsmanship, but lousy people can be good at their jobs, like as good at like a specific part of their jobs. Nine of Pentacles sitting pretty. So are you turning against Trump? Eight of Pentacles, Tower. King of Wands, that's Trump the man. There's the Emperor, Trump the Emperor, but there's a Tower. Three of Wands, what goes around comes around. He knows more than we do. He has access to some kind of information that we don't know yet. That's bad for Trump the man. which will hurt Trump the emperor, and bring on the what goes around comes around energy. These, I know vultures don't roost, but or maybe they do. I'm not good with birds. The vulture is coming home to roost. Actually, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But no, I don't know what this is. But Lindsay knows some things that we don't, and they're bad for Trump. Too late to flip-flop now. You've already shown your true colors. Okay, well, is it going to be successful? Is his flip-flop going to be successful? It almost feels like it doesn't matter. You can just sit back, and because that huge train of information, of trouble is just going to, it's like I'm getting this mental image of him like sitting in a committee meeting, a committee hearing, right? So they're up on the desks and what have you. And it's like a train comes through the room, like it just comes racing through the room from the side. And it's just crushing Trump and his ilk and all of this, especially Trump. And it's like his tie gets caught in the wind of it, but he's just like, and he's fine. Like he's able to, if he just sits back, just let the train come through. Don't mess with it. Don't try to interact with it. Just sit back and be quiet. I wonder if those things will come out and Lindsay knows it. I think he does. Ah, such a vision. I know I get weird pictures, but he just has to sit back and keep quiet. But let me see what the cards have to say. On the defensive, get out of the room. That's what I'm getting. When all the Trump people are on the defensive, when Trump's on the defensive, just duck out of the room. Sorry, I've got a thing. I'll be back, and then don't come back. I know he got up there and he was all mean and belligerent at various hearings, but what I'm getting is get out of the room, as like what he's telling himself. We'll see. Six of Wands. It's a victory card. 2 of Wands. That's the communications card. Ace of Pentacles. Money. It's about the money. 5 of Wands. It's not only about the money, but it's not the money. 5 of Wands. So fighting a Knight of Wands. So this is all. There's money at the center, but this is all. This is the level of Trump the man. So this is stuff before he was president. It's stuff in the campaign while he was trying to become president, and dumb stuff he's done as a person. And they've had to protect him, and that's, Junior, what have you, protecting him. And always having to suck up to him. And always having to communicate about his victory, his superiority, his, it gets old. Lindsay will do it. He doesn't care. It's like, sure, that's what the alpha wants. Do what the alpha wants. But somebody tells me he got a lot worse, and he had to do a lot worse in high school. But there's going to be a lot of infighting. I don't know. Is he going to protect? Let me just ask, is he going to protect Trump? Is Lindsay going to protect Trump? Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Not really. Because once the sword of truth comes out and it causes the heartache, this is lackluster. This isn't a King of Pentacles, which would be really strongly, yes, I protect the Republicans. This isn't even a Knight of Pentacles, a kind of slowly moving horse, or a horse that's kind of stopped, and you've got the pentacle and you're like, eh. You know, this is a Page of Pentacles, which is like, oh yeah, this is a witch hunt. Yeah, Trump is bad. Okay, this is lackluster. So I don't know. What it's feeling like is Lindsay's not going to. He's still Republican, but he's going to become more and more lackluster. And sorry, I got a thing. So. All right, so last thing was, oh geez, card went flying. What is this? Oh, a couple of cards went flying. Knight of Cups and the World. Rise of Democratic Power. Okay, last question. 80, oh gosh, it's like 8130. No wonder I'm tired. 8130. Will the Senate take up a new appointment for the SDNY? Mims, Autumn, please give the Good Vibes generator some love for us. Absolutely. You are the precious. You are the good boy. You are the good boy, precious one. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh gosh, you are too good to me. Okay, and I am grateful. No problem. All right, are they going to take up replacement for SDNY? I'm definitely getting a. He is so relaxed today. I'll take that as the tide is turning. Yep. Yep. We have 6 planets in retrograde right now. So it's a good time to just sit back. Just sit back. Don't try to rush forward too much this week. Okay. Take some time in the comfy gray chair, or whatever color chair you have. Mine is gray. New. Okay, like replacing, well, West Berman, now Strauss. Getting someone confirmed for SDNY, to lead the SDNY between now and the election. Are they going to get someone confirmed? 5 of Swords, it's the insult to injury card. Hanged Man, Knight of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. Oh, that's just, it's the card of generosity, but it's also only giving just a little. 10 of Cups, there's some happy Democrats. 4 of Swords. Happy Democrats because it remains, they're not doing the bare minimum. Trump's going to have problems. Yeah, we're coming to rescue you. Yeah. We're coming to rescue you. Bare minimum. Sure, we'll get that. We'll get right on that. But Democrats remain really happy that that this topic goes very quiet. That's what I'm getting. All right, let me see if there's a message for us, and then I will go. I feel like there might be a message for us, especially with all this astrological stuff going on. Mims is saying we need to cherish those moments once Dumpy is gone. Remember to be grateful. Absolutely. Cat Shepherd. Pennies from heaven. Yep. Saint-Ouen. Lindsay is done with 45. Yep. It's been scuppered, I think. It exposed Barr's concern about the cases they are pursuing, says Salome. And I like that word, scuppered. Okay. Message for us. Is there a message for us? I'm getting a relax. Relax this week. For anybody who wasn't here yesterday, I was describing retrogrades are, when a planet goes retrograde, it's, from our position, it's going forward, and then it looks like it stops and then moves backward and then stop and then continues forward again, goes direct. It's what it's called. Because of the way we're going around the sun and looking at other planets, they appear to go backwards. That's retrograde. What it is in astrology, what it means is that it's like you're going out the door to leave, to like go to work or go run your errands or whatever, but you open the door and then you go, oh wait, and you take a couple steps back and you're like, oh wait, do I have my list? Did I turn off the kettle and the oven? Okay, those are off. Did I, all right, is the cat okay? Is this cat okay? Is it, all right, so you're just double checking, okay, do I have my phone? All right, I'm good. So then you go forward out the door, close the door, go on with your day. So these planets represent different parts of our lives. Venus in retrograde, Venus taking a step back and double checking things. That's when we get zombie relationships that ended years ago, where suddenly that person contacts us out of the blue. With Mercury in retrograde, the communications are having a terrible time just moving forward, and there are glitches and misfires and also things that were hidden or weren't dealt with before come up again, because taking that step back and just double checking. The different planets control different parts of life. So, and between now and Thursday, even, and the planets are in retrograde different amounts, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it's the outer planets actually spend quite a bit of time in retrograde from our perspective. But like half the time. I mean, it varies, but things like Venus only spends about 7% of time in retrograde from our perspective, is what I heard, or what I read. And it's in retrograde, it's been in retrograde for a while, but it's going to go direct on this Thursday, thank heavens. And it will be much easier to move forward with what and how we love and our values. And the energy will start moving. But this week we have so many planets that have taken that step back, and they're going over. So we're getting information, things that are coming out again from the past, things coming up maybe. See, I don't want SCOTUS to come out with rulings against Trump during retrograde, because Mercury retrograde, because that can mean that things have to be, those kinds of things have to be looked at again later. But it could be the energy of all this stuff from the past finally pushing through the Supreme Court, and it's like, no, this has to come out so that we can go forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Message. Page of Cups. Pet the cats, pet the dogs. Just be sweet. Be a sweetheart. That's what that is. That is the card of being a sweetheart. And I already know you're incredibly sweet, because you're here and you're sweet every day. 10 of Wands, High Priestess, 6 of Cups, Queen of Swords, Hanged Man. Fret not, for energy will move forward, and someone Who? Dun 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 dun. Plunk. He's going down. And there's a lot of work, a lot of investigations, a lot of investigators. So for now, we are having trouble. We are burdened with all this energy it's pulling us a couple of steps back in so many different areas of our lives. And, you know, I'm trying to explain this to you so that you can maybe, if you didn't know this, better understand what this energy is, so you can go, oh, okay, I understand. And it's going to start moving forward again. Because in the center, this is be sweet and smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses. So, you know, I understand you've got things you need to do and take care of, but do take some time to read a book, read a novel, you know, go for a walk, do some extra stretching. Thank you, Jean. And don't worry, because this is coming for the Orange Menace. That's what I'm getting. That's the message I am getting. So there is that. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Hang in there. And binge watching anime, whatever. Yeah, awesome. Whatever works for you. Mims spent the last few days cleaning the garden. Excellent. So, all right, you guys, thank you again to the moderators. Thank you. And thank you for watching. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.